will be there about me. So when you look at me as whatever you see, it does not stop there, correct? It just takes some time. So that is what it is relative, correct? So there is no absolute truth about me when you know my picture, when you look at my picture, there is no absolute clearance there. There may be some kind of judgment, there kind of some not necessarily bad or good, but something will be there. So that itself is relative. So whenever there is
It'll be
relative,
different for everybody.
yeah.
Different for everybody. Yeah.
I mean that's one of the way to. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, it satisfies me. Need not have to be that's the definition, but I just move on then. Okay, that's what it is. Then yeah, don't waste time like that.
Yeah.
See, this is where we say Prayojan Bhoot.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, let's start here. Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Uvachayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam. Jai Jinendra. Today, last class, we did a brief summary of Dravya Sangraha, chapter 1. I just only verbalized to you guys. So for our semester, we are supposed to do only the gathas and their meanings. Okay. For the most part, it's quite straightforward and some repetition, I would say. We've done some of these concepts in the past. So we will just open the English one if everybody's okay with that and just start reading. Only if we run out of time where we feel like we're running behind, either we will do an extra class or I will just explain and talk about it if we don't have enough time. Otherwise, the reason I like to do full reading in class is that way at least you guys have read the book once. Okay, so Viraj or anybody, can you share the English book? Actually, yeah, I actually cannot share today because I don't have my laptop. So,
Yeah, I'm sharing.
okay, great. Thank you. All right. Okay, and we already talked about if you can expand it a little bit and remove this on the right side, whatever is coming.
Is it good?
Do you have it highlighted somehow? There's low. I don't know if it
The
is
print
only
is like that.
The
for
print is
everybody.
like that only.
There. You had it highlighted. Go back. Now it's better. Okay, and the print is not very good.
Is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you could expand further, that's perfect. Okay. Yeah, Jivam. Okay. So actually, according to the syllabus, we are only to do the Gatha meaning. Okay. So let's start reading. Bahubaliji, you
Okay.
start.
So Jivam, Davam, Ji.
Jivam davam jinavara vasahena jena redditham devinda
Dam
vindavam
Vande Tam Vada
vandetam.
Sirasa.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Padapatta. Jaina, by whom Jinavara Vamahena. Jinavara, the Jinavara was the Hena,
Vasahena.
the greatest of the great Jinas. Jivam, Jiva and Ajiva, Davyam, the
Even though it
Davya,
reads like Jivam, it's
Jivama,
Jiva Ajivam, like that.
Jivama, Ajivam. Okay.
Oh, it's Jivam Ajivam. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Nidittam has been described. Okay. Devendra Vinda Vandam, worshipped by the host of Indras, Tam, him, Samvada, always. Sirasa with the head, one day salute. I always salute with my head that eminent one among the great Jinas, who is worshipped by the host of Indras and who has described the Dravyas, substances, Jiva and Ajiva. Commentary.
Yeah, we'll read just this briefly.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
rest of them we will only do only that much, just the meaning, okay?
Okay.
Because because this is a basic sixth Dravya chapter which I
Yeah.
covered with you
Yeah.
in last class. So it's okay. So go ahead.
So read the next stanza.
No,
Correct?
right now just read that one paragraph of commentary. Just
Okay. The title of this work, Dravya Sangraha, being interpreted literally means a compendium of dravyas. According to the Jain philosophy, the component factor of the universe is dravya, substance, which is subdivided into jiva, living, and ajiva, non-living substances. Everything in this universe is either jiva or ajiva or a resultant of these. The author of Dravya Sangraha has fully described Dravya with its classes and subclasses in verses 1 to 38 of this work. Jiva, the first variety of Dravya, is defined in verse, and a detailed explanation of this definition is given in verses 3 to 14. Ajiva, the second variety of Dravya, is next described with its subdivisions in verses 15 to 27. The first verse of this work is nothing but the usual Mangalacharana, in which the author salutes Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankara of the Jainas. He is called here the eminent one among the great Jinas. The word Jina literally means the victor, one who has freed himself from the bondage of karma by conquering raga, attachment, and dvesha. Aversion is called a Jina by the Jainas. In Buddhist scripture, the word Jina is often used as a synonym to Buddha. In the lexicon called Amarakosha and in popular Sanskrit literature, the use of the word Jina is to signify Buddha is too common. The Buddhists take the word Jina to mean one who has conquered, Mara. But the word Jina is used in a special sense by the Jainas. The Ganadharas are disciples of the Tirthankaras, and the Tirthankaras themselves are known as Jinas, Jinendras, Jineswaras, etc. Lord Mahavira has been saluted at the beginning of almost all the all
it should be the maybe the T is missing.
all the later works of Jainas. Here it is said that
Mind Amitji, can we make a little note there, that typo or whatever it is, the later one.
T is missing here.
T is missing. Okay.
Yeah, here it is said that he is worshipped by the Indras. Indras are gods who possess special excellent powers. Tattvartha Rajavartika.
By Akalankadev, okay.
By Akalanka Deva. 4.1. According to Jain eschatology, there are 4 kinds of gods dwelling in 4 different spheres, known respectively as Bhavana, Vantara, Jyotisha, and Vaimanika. The Vaimanika region is again subdivided into Kalpa and Kalpatita spheres. Indras are a higher order of gods who dwell in Bhavana, Vantara, and Jyotisha regions, and the Kalpa sphere only of the Vaimanika region. There are no Indras in the Kalpata sphere. Besides,
Prabhuji, can you explain this? I've not heard of this 4 kinds and dwelling in different places.
Right. Okay, so these are okay. So first of all, Indra is like, and there is multiple of them, in of like a king of the in the Devlok.
Okay.
So they have, of course, different powers to do stuff, right? So now in the heaven, the 16 heavens that we studied when we studied briefly that look, so the lower heavens are not as grand as upper, right? And same way in the Narak, initial narak are not as bad as the seventh narak, like that. Now, there are 4 types of Dev categories: Bhavan, Vyantar, Jyotish, and Vaimanik. Okay. So Jyotish and Vaimanik are like in the above, relatively above. But Bhavanpati and Vyantar, those, even though they are Deva, but they're physically under the Manushya, under the middle part of, we have that Akumbo. You have the top part, which is all 16 heavens. Then you have the middle part, which is the Madhya Lok, which has this Bharat Kshetra, Ravat Kshetra, all of those things, right? And then below, between that and the first Narak, is where these Bhavan and Vyantar they live. Okay, so so they're still categorized as devatas, but they are lower category of devata. So they have the ability to move around. They can come. Whatever you hear, and they can enter people's bodies. They can uh, kind of bother people.
In Alok, right? Like Manushya, like.
Yes, in Manushalok. So they can go anywhere, right? You hear all these things about some chamatkar happened, some murtis, I don't know, some dust is coming off of a murti, or murti is getting swept. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of things you hear, in temple ki ghantiyan bajne lag gayi and nobody was there. And so which people take it as chamatkar. So those things are these Vyantar devatas have the abilities to do those kind of things because they can move around in this sphere, but they are not visible. Now, uh, and but those, and what happens is a lot of people end up worshipping them because they think these devatas can predict future, or they can do stuff for them. And I mean, they have some abilities in the sense that, Narkis have of the Gyan, so they can see up to certain, Pudkal, whatever. But the problem with these Devtas, the Vyantar and all that is, they are not Kevalis. They don't know. They are not Vitragi, right? So even though they have some capabilities, but they still have Rag Dvesh. And they're just like us. So, you want to see your future, you want to do tarot, whatever, parrot reading, all those things. Why? You're just inquisitive. You're just for the heck of it, or just for fun. And there's also many reasons. Same way these Vyantar people can come and bother people or play with things just for the heck of it. So let's say you ask them something. They may not always reply correctly. They're just playing. So it's better not to trust them or get into that mess. Now, the Vaimanik and these devtas have the ability to come. So they are the ones who come, for example, to the Samav Saran. There's an area where the devtas come and sit in the Samav Saran. So those are these ones. And there are certain categories who can go to the Akrutram Chatyalaya. They can go to, there are Chatyalayas on the Meru Parvat where the Devtas can go and do puja and things like that.
So other than Indras, I mean, they are guaranteed to be the Samyak Drishti, correct? Most
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Most
Indras are
are
not
not.
Samyak Drishti.
Samyak Drishti Devtas are usually in the top sphere. And no, not all Devtas are Samyak
No,
Drishti.
no, I'm saying Indras.
I think Indras are Samyak Drishti. For the most
Yeah.
part. Yes.
Okay, continue.
And, yeah, you can continue.
Besides these Indras among gods, there are also other among men and among the lower animals. There is a difference of opinion between the two principal sects of the Jainas as to the number of Indras. The Svetambaras assert that there are 12 heavens and 64 Indras, but the Digambaras maintain that there are 16 heavens and 100 Olympian monarchs, Indras. From a verse found in most of the commentaries on Digambara Jaina works, we learn that there are 40 Indras among the gods who dwell in Bhavana sphere, 32 among the gods who live in Ventara sphere, 24 among the gods living in Kalpa sphere, 2 among the Jyotisha are planetary gods, the sun and the moon, 1 among men and 1 among the Tirakas, that's all creatures excluding gods, men, and inmates of hell. Mahavira is said to have been the propounder of all the Jain canonical works. The wrong theory that Mahavir is the founder of Jainism and that Jainism is an offshoot of Buddhism has long ago been exploded. And when we say that there is a tradition that Mahavira spoke to his disciples, what has been embodied in the canonical works of the Jainas, it must be understood that though the fundamental truths of Jainism were preached long before Mahavira, it was after the nirvana of this last Tirthankara that the teachings of Jainism were reduced to writing, which formed the basis of Jaina canonical works now extant. The word Jiva is usually translated as soul, living being, consciousness, etc., and Ajiva as things without life, non-living substances, etc. But we shall use the original words throughout the translation. The accurate meanings of these terms will be understood from the verses which follow and which deal with the distinguishing characteristics if each of these substances. It should be of, not if. There is one more correction, I think.
Yeah, just say the page number and it is above the second stanza.
Yeah.
Even the substance spelling is wrong.
Right.
Substance.
Now, the way this is written, I don't think this is the one we did it in ChatGPT. See, there were some translations that were already available, and we've kind of put those on the back burner until we feel like there is definitely a big need to do it again. If it's a reasonable translation, we said, okay, for now we can use it for our purpose, and then we'll maybe, if need be, come back and do it again. By the way, there was one book, was it Chedhala, that somehow Dinesh didn't think it was a good translation. I thought it was fine. That is another one that has been done by Kirit Bhai from USA, and it's not done in ChatGPT. It's kind of because we are using and we feel it's okay.
Yeah. No, it was okay. We could understand most of them.
I thought so too. So somehow, yeah, Dinesh had a different opinion, but that's okay. All right. Okay. So now we won't go into further that much detail. We'll just do. Okay. So.
Okay.
G.
Jivo o gomo amuttikata sadehe parimano botta sansaratto siddhoso visoddagi jiva o gomo characterized by upayoga, amutti formless, katta agent, sadeha parimano equal in the extent to its own body, botta enjoyer. Samsaratto being in the samsara, siddha, so he, visuddhogai, having a natural upward motion. Jiva is characterized by upayoga. He is formless and an agent, has the same extent as its own body, is the enjoyer of the fruits of karma, exists in samsara, is siddha and has a characteristics upward motion.
Yeah. Okay. So Jeev is characterized. So basically, Jeev or living being, whatever you want to call it, What are the main attributes of it? Upayog,
Lakshan.
lakshan, right? Upayog lakshanam is formless and what is it? And an agent?
An
Has
agent
the
has
Yeah,
same-
here they say agent.
its own body.
Yeah, agent maybe because it's embodied in a body. That's why it's an agent.
I don't know why. Does that make sense? The word agent here,
Formless and
the
an
use of
agent
word agent
has the
has the same extent. I mean, I understand. And that was what was the purpose of saying agent? Well, they could have just said it's formless and has the same extent as its own body. Is the enjoyer of the fruits of karmas exists in sansar and is siddha and has characteristics upward motion. I don't see the point of this having this and an agent.
And
Right.
what's the meaning of has characteristics of upward motion?
Yeah, that's okay.
It can become
So,
siddha.
Or you can
so
become
right,
siddha.
that's how you become siddha.
Oh,
So
okay.
it has to have that characteristics that
Mhm.
if there is nothing else on it, if it's
Mhm.
not pulled down, then it will naturally move
Got it.
upward.
Okay.
Just like a helium balloon, right? Other
Right.
balloons don't have that characteristics of moving upward, but the helium balloon does.
Uh-huh.
So that way they're trying to describe it. And so there is two places it can exist in sansar as well as siddha. So as long as it has karmas, it will stay burdened by the karmas and stay in sansar. The moment it's freed of all karmas, it will go
Mhm.
have the upward motion all the way till the siddhakshala. Okay.
because the agent is, I don't know, it's to do something, it says, for relative.
I
What
think he's trying to
exactly?
say
I
that
mean, the agent
karmic.
does something. Agent represents something, right? So I don't
No,
understand.
but
I
I
think
think
it's agent of the karmic activities. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Mm, okay.
yeah, because if you say an agent and they put comma has the same extent as its own body, that's more of a description. And then is the enjoyer of karma. So I kind of agree with Viraj. That's what they're trying to say.
Okay, what are you saying now? Agent means what? So normally to me, agent is like representing somebody or doing somebody's for somebody, right?
Yeah.
And what
No,
are you?
agent like he's the agent of the karmic activities. So he
Yeah, so
gets
based
happiness or sadness based on the karmic activities.
yeah, so based on the karmic activity it is performing its action, right? Whatever be the actions, right? Like
Hmm?
knowing, right? Even
Sort of
attachment
on
to bad
behalf of,
things.
if you think about it.
Yeah, on the behalf of karma, correct.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So agent, that's like your travel agent
Yeah,
books tickets on your behalf.
right,
Yeah,
right.
I think in the commentary it is described because I was reading this
Is
book. I
it?
thought
Or did you
you guys last time did it more than this. So I was reading it somewhere, it is described in the commentary.
I'm sure it is. But if we read all of the commentaries, it will take us too long to finish this book. That's why the syllabus only requires you to
Yeah.
read just the meaning of the.
Oh, and they're describing all the other philosophy as well. Mimamsa and Nyaya and
Yeah,
Charvak
yeah.
and all this.
It's okay if you want to read on your own. That's no problem. It's going to be interesting to read. And if you have questions, by all means, you can bring it to class and we'll resolve.
Being
Mhm.
But just that in class they have not assigned enough hours to read it also.
Correct.
And also for exam purposes, they can only ask you from the gatha and its meaning. Okay, go ahead.
okay. Tikkale Chandupana India Balamao Annupanoya Vavahara Sojivo Nichayanado Tu Chedana Jassa. Vavahara, according to Vyavaharanaya, Tikkale is three kinds of time.
Mhm.
India, Indriya, the senses, Balam, force of life, Anapano, respiration, yeah, also Chudapano, the four pranas, two, but Nichanaya Yado, according to Nischanaya, Jassa, whose Chedana, consciousness, so he, Jiva, Jiva.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for Vyavarnaya, these are like it has Indriyas, Pranas, and all.
Right. Otherwise,
By
it.
Nischanaya, it is only consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So according to Vyavarnaya, that is called Jiva, which is possessed of four pranas: Indriya, the senses; Bala, force; Ayu, life; and Anaprana, respiration, in the three periods of time, which is the present, the past, and the future. And
Mm-hmm.
according to Nischanaya, that which has consciousness is called Jiva.
Okay, so let's just see, this is what distinguishes.
Yeah.
The pure Jeev does not even need to have any pran. The pran comes into picture because it's always embodied. And that is what has the prana. And the minimum is 4, up to 10. We have 10 pranas.
Yeah.
So in
No, I'm sorry. Can you say 10 pranas?
yeah. Okay. So they listed the 4 here, right?
Yeah,
Right.
So Indriya,
Five
Bal,
Indriya.
Ayu,
Ayu.
and respiration, right? Now Indriya, now Ekendriya also has Indriya. So what is going to happen? Ekendriya will be Sparshendriya,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they have some force, right? Some energy level.
Mhm.
Then
Life and
Ayu,
respiration.
there is a lifespan, which will happen, even the minutest, even Nigodya will have lifespan. They will
Right.
have some energy, and they have one sense and respiration. That's how it lives when it
Mm-hmm.
is embodied in, right? Now, what happened to the two Indriya?
Same.
Pressure and taste,
Right.
touch and taste.
And
Mm.
and same other 4. Okay. Then 3 Indriyas
Oh, I see. So as you go
as
up
you
to 5
yeah,
indriyas, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
right. So
It still becomes 9, right? 5 Indriyas
No,
are.
right.
one
And then
Bala
Sangni,
means three.
no,
Manvachanka.
then Sangni and Asangni, right? So humans have the mind.
Oh,
That's
that 6. Okay.
No, like five Indriyas, three Bala, like Manvachanka. So like
right.
8 Ayu and respiration. 10.
Right.
At the most they can have 10.
So in the Ekendriya, there's only Kaya.
Yeah.
There's no Man and Vachan.
Mm.
So all the way when you come up to the human form and then Sangni, then you have Man. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
And even in Vyavhar, when we say you killed somebody, obviously you cannot kill the soul. So there are terms used as kisi ke pran har lena.
Hmm.
So if you killed what do you call that thing? Earthworm.
Hmm.
कितने प्राण लिए आपने?
Hmm.
So this not eating meat, all these things has to do with what? Tell me. Why do we say it's more hinsa to kill a panchendriya versus a tinendriya?
It took so many pranas.
Right. And that's the justification
Yeah.
of more hinsa and less hinsa.
Yeah. Okay, read next one.
Let's continue. Yeah. Amit ji or somebody else wants to take over? Read a few, 3, 4 each person. Yeah.
Yeah, I can read.
Yeah, this is the fourth
The
one.
fourth one?
Fourth
This is
one.
the
Yeah.
fourth one. Yeah.
Yeah, they do have quite a lot of commentary. I mean, I don't mind. I would love to read them, but unfortunately, I think we will not have if we try to do all of that in class. We have only now 5, 6 weeks left before exams. So
Yeah. Uvago Duvyapo Duvyopyo, Dansrang, no, Damsa,
Dansanam nanam cha dansanam
Nanam
dudha.
Cha, Dansanam, Chaduda, Chakku, Achakku, Ohi, Damsan Mada, Kevalam, Neyam,
Mhm. Okay,
Padapatra.
just curiosity. Since this one is not done by ChatGPT and the other system we use, this was an existing translation, probably individually translated by somebody. Uh, do you find it easier to read in the other way we are doing it with that line when you have to say
Yeah,
and all that,
correct.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Any way that is better.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Because you understand how do you pronounce, right? Here the
Yeah,
pronunciation
yes,
is lost,
exactly.
right? So you have to look. I mean, I was actually looking at the top, right, and see in the Hindi what it is, right? Whatever the
Yeah,
Hindi
those
or
who cannot see Hindi, then if they have to use that. So that's why, I mean, eventually we'll come around to translating all of these, but we are kind of taking it step by step, depending on
Yeah.
the priorities. So, okay, go ahead.
Okay, Padapat Uvago Upayog
Mm-hmm,
Duvyapo of two varieties,
mm-hmm,
Damsanam Darshan
mm-hmm,
Cha and Nanam Gnyan,
mm-hmm,
Dansanam Darshan Chanduda Chaduda. So those four kinds. Nayam is to be known. Uh, Chakku, Achakku, Ohi, Damsam, the darshan like Chaksu, Achaksu, and Avadi.
mm-hmm,
Then, Keval, Kevalam, Keval, Damshanam, Darshan. Upyog is of two kinds, Darshan and Gyan. Darshan is of four kinds. Darshan is known to be divided into Chaksu, Achaksu, Avadi, and Keval.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Yeah, I think we know this. So we already covered this.
Right. Yeah, especially this first chapter. Let's go quickly because I also kind of summarized it for you last class. So,
Nanam Athivayappam Madhisudahui Ananani Manapajaya Kevalamavi Pacha Pachachakka Paroka Veham Cha Padabatta Matisudhi Ohi Ananani, the Gnyan and the Agnan of Mati, Shrut and Avadhi. Avi also Manapajay, Manaparyay,
mm-hmm,
Kevalam, Kevala, Gnan, Athavyapam of eight varieties, Cha also, Pachak Parokh Vayam has the varieties Pratyaksh and Paroksh.
mm-hmm,
Gnan is of eight kinds. Vis, Gnan and Agnan of Mati, Shruti and Avadhi,
mm-hmm.
Manaparyay and Keval. It is also divided into Pratyaksh and Paroksh from another point of view.
Hmm. So we have already discussed this in the Vitrag Vigyan. So we kind of, I think you just missed, right? The next one.
Did
there's a
he,
lot of
uh,
explanation.
No. I thought
no,
I
I
saw
think you missed the
Oh,
one.
sorry, really? I
it
thought.
looks
I
like
saw
one you
something
missed.
going fast.
Oh,
So
sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
I think I saw something in.
Oh, oh.
no.
This one, right?
No, this I already read. This
No, this is
commentary.
what you read. This is what you read.
Oh, then it is very long. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, commentary is.
No. The commentary has something. Kuntukunja has summed up all of them in the following. That one we did not read. This one.
Yeah, we have not been reading these,
But
but
this is part of the commentary, I
Yeah,
guess.
this
So
is
we're
part of
not
the
reading.
commentary. Yeah.
All right, no problem. Okay. I mean, most of them so far have been straightforward. If
Yeah,
some that need explanation, we'll read more commentary and everything.
yeah. Here the next one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Atachadunana damsana samanam jiva lakkanam banyam Vavahara, Suddhanaya, Suddham Punav, Damsanam, Nanam, Padapat, Samanam in a general sense. Jiva Lakhanam, the characteristic of Jeev. Vavhar, according to Vyavhar Nay. Atachadudanam Stamsna, the 8 Gyans and 4 Darshan. Bhaniyam is narrated. Punna, again. Sudhanaya, according to the Suddhanay. Sudham, Shuddha, pure. Dansanam, Darshan. Danam, according to Vyavhar Nay, the general characteristics of Jeev are said to be 8 kinds of Gyan and 4 kinds of Darshan. But according to Shuddha Nay, the characteristics of Jiva are pure Gyan and Darshan. Yeah, this 7th. Yeah. Vanarasa Panchagandha Dofasa Atha Nichaya Jiva No Santi Shanti Amutti Tado Vyavahara Mutti Bandado Padapat Nichaya, according to the Nischay Nay, Jiva in Jeev, Vana, color, Rasa, taste, Pancha, 5, Do, 2, Gandha, smells, Atha, 8, Fasa, touch, NC, not, no, not, Santi, are, Tado, therefore, Amuti, without form, Vyavahar, according to Vyavahar Nay, Bandhado, from Bandh, bondage, Mutti, possessed of form. According to Nischay Nay, Jeev is without form because the 5 kinds of color and taste, 2 kinds of smell, and 8 kinds of touch are not present in it. But according to Vyavahar Nay, Jeev has form through the bondage of karma.
So, okay, if I think these are all we have studied before, so you should be okay. But
Yeah.
still, if you have question, by all means, go through and just quickly read the commentary. They've given a lot more detail properly in that one in the commentary.
Pugalakammadinam katta vyavaharado du nichayado chedanakamanada suddhanaya suddha bhavanam. Padapat vyavaharado, according to Vyavahar Nay, Ada, Jeev, Pugalakammadinam of the Pudgal karmas, Katta, doer. Oh, this Katta is the same as that agent at the top. It was Katta only which was mentioned as agent, and here it is doer.
Agent means doer of the karma.
Doer of the karma. Okay. Okay. Do, but Nichaya do, according to Nichaya Nai, Chedana Kamana of the thought karmas, Shuddha Nai, according to Shuddha Nai, Shuddha Bhavanam of the Shuddha Bhavas. According to Vyavahar Nai, is the doer of the Pudgal karmas. Jiva is the doer, right? According to Vyavahar Nai,
So
Jiva
that's
is
what
the.
they're saying, that in a way, here they're saying doer of the Pudgal karmas. In the other one, they said as if it's representing the karmas. It's kind of on behalf of karmas, it's acting.
Yeah, acting is doer only, right? So acting on the behalf of karma or agent of the karmas or doer of the karmas. Doer because of the karma.
Yeah. Well, technically, see, when you assume you're the doer, that's where the whole problem occurs.
Yeah, but Vyavahar Nai, right? So
So
Vyavahar
in
Nai.
Vyavahar, that's how
Yeah,
you explain, that's how
correct.
you say, yeah.
Correct. According to Vyavahar Nai, Jiva is the doer of the Udgal karmas. According to Nischay Nai, Jiva is the doer of thought karmas. Thought karmas.
Bhav karma.
Bhava
How
karma.
karmas? Okay. According to Shuddha Nai, Jiva is the doer of Shuddha bhavas. Yeah.
There is Nischay, there is Suddha, there is Vyavahar, the 3 now.
Right. So Shuddhanaya will say that Jiva cannot do anything. It can only know. So, and that is the Jiva ka Shuddha Bhav. That is the natural Bhav of the Jiva. But when it's in its unnatural state, then it does Bhav. Vibhav rather. Bhav is okay. Vibhav. Which basically is Bhav Karma. And those Bhav Karmas then in turn become Nimitta to get the Dravya Pudgal Karmas.
Okay.
Okay. Vavhar suhadukam pugalakam phalam pabun jedi adan nichaya nayado chedana bhavam khu adasa padapat ada jeev Vavhar according to Vyavhar Nay Suhadukam happiness and misery Pugalakam phalam, the fruit of Pudgal karma, Pabunjedi enjoys, Nichaya Nayado, according to Nischay Nay, Adas of Jeev, Chedana Bhavam, conscious bhav, who only, according to Vyavhar Nay, Jeev enjoys happiness and misery, the fruits of Pudgal karmas. According to Nischay Nay, Jeev has conscious bhavs only. Yeah. Anuguru Deha Papano Uva Samharam Prap Uva Samhara Pasapado Cheda Asu Mahado Vavhara Nichaya Yanayado Asankha Desova Padapat Vavhara according to Vyavhar Nay Cheda the conscious Jeev Uva Samhara Parapasapado by contraction and expansion Asamahudo doubt Samudra Gata Anuguru Deho Pamano equal in extent to a small or large body. Va but Nichayan Nayado according to Nischay Nay Asankha Desho existent in innumerable Pradeshs. According to Vyavhar Nay, the conscious Jeev being without Samudgata becomes equal in extent to a small or a large body by contraction and expansion. But according to Nischay Nay, it is existent in innumerable Pradeshas.
Wait. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Something is little off there. I'm going to read it in Hindi quickly for you guys to see if it makes any difference. Okay. प्रत्येक जीव लोकाकाश जितना असंख्यात प्रदेशी है.
That is Nischay Nay, right?
Right. That is what you just read, sort of, right?
Yeah, innumerable Pradeshas, yes.
Okay, so the way you take it is, it has the capacity to be as large as that.
Correct.
Because it's not always.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why it's Nischay Nay.
Right. क्योंकि वो स्वचतुष्टय से सदा एक अखंड द्रव्य है. क्योंकि जीव अखंड द्रव्य है, इसलिए उसके खंड छेदन टुकड़ा कदापि नहीं हो सकते. सभी मूल द्रव्य अखंड है. So basically your soul, it cannot be cut, it cannot be burnt, all that stuff. Now, it can be expanded, also expanded beyond your body. Normally it will stay within the body, but there are certain situations when it can be expanded beyond the body. Okay? Now, when does that happen? So, number one, it can happen to special Muniraj. They have a special, Siddhi, where their body can go form and go somewhere and come back. Now, Devtas also, they come, right? So that is called Samudgat. When even Narki Jeev, let's say they travel. So their original body still remains, and there is this one thread type of a thing that remains, and then the rest of the soul can come out and be in somewhere else. So that's called samudghat, because it doesn't leave the original body, yet it can come out and do something and come back. So it has that expansion and contraction capability. That's what they're trying to explain. तो पुद्गल स्कंदों का स्वभाव ही अपनी योग्यता से स्वकाल छेदन भेदन टुकड़ापन होने का है. So that छेदन भेदन only is characteristics of पुद्गल, not of जीव. प्रत्येक द्रव्य पृथक है, इसलिए जीव के स्व क्षेत्र में अन्य कोई द्रव्य प्रवेश नहीं कर सकता, और जीव भी पर क्षेत्र में नहीं घुस सकता. हाँ, जीव और शरीर का एक क्षेत्राव का संबंध है. Okay, so in Hindi they did not even mention this samudghat word, yet it was there in the gatha. It
In the Gatha it was there.
asamuhaddo, that which means samudghat. Okay, anyway, so we understood what the samudghat is, and there is like several types of samudghat. There is 9 types of samudghat which are described in the book. I don't know if they did it in English or not, but at least in the Hindi book looks like they have described them. Also, if there are titles given, read those also. Like Hindi, the next one is Sansaritva Adhikar. So there are these little.
They're not given here in
Not
English.
given it in English. Oh, interesting. Okay.
पुढ विजलते वनपदी विविहता वरे इंदी विगतिग चद्दुपंचखा तस् जीव होती संखदी पदपात पुधव जलते वनपदी. The earth, water, fire, air, and plants. Vivaha thavare indi, various kinds of thavar possessed of one sense. Vigat tigat chadu panchakha of 2, 3, 4, and 5 senses. Sankhadi, conscious. Tas jiva, the thrust jeeves. Honti are. The earth, water, fire, air, and plants are various kinds of power possessed of one sense. The thrust jivas, conscious, etc., are possessed of 2, 3, 4, and 5 senses.
I can read if you.
Yeah, let somebody else take the turn.
Yeah, I can read.
Okay, go ahead.
Samana amana nay panchendiya nimana pare sab vadara su hamindi sab vajata idara ye.
Yeah.
Panchendriya, possessing 5 senses. Samana, having a mind. Amana, without mind. Neya, are known. Pare, the rest. Sav, all. Nimana, without mind. Indi, possessing one sense. Vadadra, Shuhama. Vadara and Shukshma. Save, all. Pajata, Paryapta, complete. Ya, and Idara, opposite. Jeeves possessing 5 senses are known to be divided into having mind and those without mind. All the rest are without mind. Jeeves having one sense are divided into 2 classes. Am I pronouncing it right? Badara and Shukshma?
Badar and Sukshma.
Badar and Shukshma. All of this have again 2 varieties each. Paryapta and its opposite.
Aparyapta usually is
Aparyapti.
called.
We could
Yeah.
have mentioned that. Correct.
Okay.
But that's okay. I'm just trying to think if we should make a note of that. Maybe not. Because see, when we do it again in our other way with ChatGPT and then we again correct it, we may not even use this. So it's okay. It's pointless to make corrections in this one.
महागना गुंथा नहीं या चौदाशी हवेथी तहा असु धनाया विनय संसारी सव सुधहु सुधायने तहा again samsari jiv
Mhm.
according to asudh impure nay chaudasahi according to 14
Mhm.
magana gunatha nahi margana and gunasthana
Mhm.
havanti are yeah but sudha nay according to shuddha pure nay sav all who surely sudha pure vinaya are to be known. Again, according to impure vyavhara nai, sansari jeeves are of 14 kinds according to margna and gunasthana. But according to pure nai, all jeeves should be understood to be pure.
Mhm.
I think it's good to read ourselves. It's a lot of explanation, actually.
It's a lot of, and it's a good explanation,
Yeah,
actually.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's just that in the course they don't allow time.
Yeah.
Because if we read it all, that'll take a long time in our
Yeah.
class. There's no way we can
But
do
it's
it.
very informative.
It is very informative. But what I can do is, if you guys have questions, at that time I can just give you the little details,
Okay.
which will be much faster than reading the whole thing. So,
Yeah. Nikama atagun kim chuna charamadehado siddha loya gatira nischaya upadavahi sanjuta
mhm,
nikamaya void of karmas
mhm.
ataguna possessed of 8 qualities
So
charamade
निकम्मा, what do we see in the संसार में हम क्या निकम्मा किसको बोलते हैं?
Useless, correct? But the Nikama is Siddha.
yeah, it's reverse. Charamat dehado, then the final body. Kimchuna, slightly less. Nischacha, eternal.
Mhm.
Upadevahi, utpada and vyaya.
उत्पादन व्यय, yeah.
Utpad and vyaya. Samjuta, consisting of siddh, liberated.
Mhm.
Loyagathira, existing at the summit of Lok.
Mm.
The Siddha or liberated jeeves are void of karmas, possessed of 8 qualities, slightly less than the final body,
Mhm.
eternal, possessed to utpada, rise, and vyaya, fall, and existent at the summit of the loka.
Mm.
Yeah, this one, right?
Ajiva.
Ajiva punna neo pugala dhamo adhama ayasam. Kala pugala mutto ruadi guno amutti sesadu. Punna again, pudgal, dhamo dharma, adharma, ayasam akasa. Kalo is kal or time. Ajivo is ajiv. Neo to be known. Pugala, Pudgal,
Mhm.
Ruadi Guno, possessing the qualities rupa, etc. Muto having form, duo but, sesa the rest, amuti without form. Again, Ajiva should be known to be Pudgals, Dharma, Adharma, Akash, and Kal. Pudgal has form and qualities, Rup, etc., but the rest are without form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 16th one, Saddo Baddo Bandho, right?
Okay. Saddo Baddo Shumaho Tulo, Samthana Beda Tama Chaya, Ujoa Da Dava Sahiya, Pugala Davasa Pajaya. Sado is sound, Bando is union, Shuhamo fineness, Tulo grossness, Samatha Beda Tamache shape, division, darkness, and image. Ujo da Dava Sahiya with luster and heat. Ugala Davasa of Pudgal substances. Pujaya modifications. Sound, union, fineness, grossness, shape, division, darkness, and image with luster and heat are modifications of the substance known as Pudgal.
Or actually, they should have called it, yeah, matter also, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So now they're calling about the characteristics of Dharma Dravya and Adharma.
Gai Parimnaya Dhamo Pugala Jivana Gamana Sahayari Toyam Jaha Machacham Achanta Nevasone Jaha as Gai Parinayana engaged in moving Machanam fish Gamana Sahayari assisting the movement Toyam water Pugala Jivana of the Pudgals and Jeeves Dhamo Dharma so that Achanta those not moving Neva does not Nay moves as the water assists the movement of moving fish, so Dharma assists the movement of moving Pudgal and Jeev, but it does not move. Pudgal and Jeev are not moving.
So now, for example, why that is the case, they've given some good, what do you call, yuktis, right? Proofs, how you can prove through those. So if you're interested, then go ahead and read some of these commentaries.
Thana Judana Adamo Pugalai Jivana Thana Sahayari Chaya Jaha Pahiyanam Gachatta Nevaso Dharai Jaha as Chaya shadow Pahiyanam of the travelers Thana Judana stationary Pugala Jivan of the Pudgals and Jeeves Thana Sahayari is assistant in making stationary. Adhamo, adharma, so that gachanta, that moving, neva does not, dharai holds. As shadow assists the staying of the travelers, so adharma assists in the staying of the pudgals and jeeves, which are stationary. But that is, adharma does not hold them back moving pudgal or jeeves. Okay, if somebody else wants to read.
Yes, go ahead. Like maybe Arun ji or Nidhi ji, aap pad lo.
Oh, I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Apagas sadhana yogam jivadinam vyana ayasam jiranam logagāsam allogāgāsi samidhi duviham. Jivadinam of the Jivas, Av Avagas Sadajogam, capable of allowing space, Janam Jain, Ayasam Akash, Vyanam Vya no, Logagasam Lokakash, Allogagasam Alokakash, Idhi, thus Duviham of two kinds. Know that which is capable of allowing space to Jiva, etc., to be Akash, according to Jainism, Lokakash, Alokakash, thus are of two kinds. Dhamma Dhamma Kalo Puggal Jiva Ya Santi Javadiye Ayase So Logo Tatto Pardo Alloguto. Javadiye, in which, Ayase, in Akash, Dhamma Dhamma, Dharma and Adharma, Kalo, Kal, Ya, and Puggal Jiva, Pudgal and Jiva, Santi, is exist, so that, Logo, Lokakash, Tatto, that, Pardo, beyond, Alogutto is called Alokakash. Lokakash is that in which Dharma, Adharma, Kal, Pudgal, and Jiva exist. That which is beyond this is called Alokakash. Dab Parivatta Ruvo, Joso Kalo Have Vavharo, Parinama Madi Lakho, Vattan Lakho, Ya Paramatto. Jo, which, Dab Parikattaro, helping changes in substances, Parinamadi Lakho, understood from modifications, etc., so that Vavharo, Vyavhar, Kalo, time, Havai is year, which, Vattanalakho, understood from continuity, Paramatto, real. Vyavhar Kal, time from the ordinary point of view, is that which helps to produce changes in substance and which is known from modifications produced in substances, while Paramarthika, the real Kal, is understood from continuity.
Again, there is some more details given here, but I think Bahubali Jesus paid these doubts, right? So
लोयाय पदे से इक्के के जेठिट्टा दू इक्के का रैनाणम रासेमिव ले कालाणुम असंकृत वाणी इक्के के in each
You're muted, Arunji.
you got muted. We were like, what happened here?
I'm sorry. इक्के के in each लोयाय पदे से of Lokakash J, which Ikkeka one by one, Kalanu, point of time, Rayananam, jewels, Rasimev, heaps, who, certainly, I think there's spelling mistake, I think. Ditta are they, that, asankabadi is innumerable substances. Those innumerable substances which exist one by one in each Pradesh of Lokakash, like heaps of jewels, are points of time. So substances are point of time?
No. Pradesh means space points. Each space point has a time on it.
But Lokakasha itself is Ananta, correct? But is Lokakasha is Ananta Pradesh?
Yes.
But they say like each Pradesh of the Lokakasha, but time is innumerable, it says. It's why, like if I go back, correct?
No, the Lokakash is not Anant Pradeshi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a Sankhya Pradeshi.
Oh.
Because there are as many space points, there is as many time points also.
Yeah.
Santi jado tenenam atthiti bhanati jinvara jamha kaya eva bahudesa tamha kayaya athi kayaya.
Mhm.
Jado, because these santi exist, then on that account jinvara, the great jinas, atthiti as asti, bhananti say, ya and jamha, because kaya, bodies, if like bahudesa, having many pradeshas, tamha, therefore kaya, kayas, ya and atthikaya, astikayas.
Mhm.
As these exist, they are called asti by the great jinas, and because they have many pradeshas like bodies, therefore they are called kayas. Hence, these are called astikayas.
I think we have missed one
Yeah,
23rd
looks like we missed something.
Yeah, the Dravya count Sangraha or Nikaya. That is the 23rd. I thought, did you not read that right now?
No, we did not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't read
But I
that.
missed again. Sorry.
एवं छव भेमित जीवा जीव प्रत्यवो दवम उत्त काल विजंतु ऋणायव पंच अस्तिकायादु.
Mhm.
Evam, in this manner, jiva bhedo, according to subdivisions of jiva and ajiv, idam is this, davam dravya shavameyam of 6 kinds, uttam is called, what is this? Uttam is called, okay, do and kala vijuttam without kal, panch 5, astikaya, astikaya, rayava to be known. In this manner, this drav is said to be of 6 kinds. According to the subdivisions of Jeev and Ajeev, the 5 without kal should be understood as astikayas.
Okay, so they talked about Astikaya, then they describe what is Astikaya. Okay.
Yeah. This is what we read and you read.
Yeah, so now you can move to the 25th. Onti Asankha.
ओंति असंख्या जीवे धम्मा धम्मे अणतम आयासे मुत्ते तिवह पदेसा काल सज्ञो ऋणतेन सो काओ काओ. जीवे in जीव धम्मा धम्मे in dharma and adharma asankha innumerable padesa
Dish.
padesa is
Pradesh.
pradesh unti are ayase in akash anant infinite mutte in that which has form Tivyah of 3 sorts, kalas of kal, ego 1, then for that, so that, cow having body, not. In Jeev and in Dharma and Adharma, the Pradeshas are innumerable. In Akash, the Pradeshas are infinite, and that in that which has form, Pudgal, these are of 3 kinds, that is numerable, innumerable, and infinite. Kal, time has 1 Pradesh, therefore it is not called Kaya. So, Bahubali, this, Prabhaji, this is infinite then, is it?
No,
Yeah,
7.
Akasha is infinite.
Wait. Okay. Jeev and in Dharma, Adharma, the Pradeshas are innumerable. In Akash, the Pradeshas are infinite. And in that which has formed Pudgal, these are of 3 kinds.
The numerable, innumerable, and infinite, all 3
Yeah,
are.
yeah. This is like the Pudgalas are innumerable, but the combination, like when they skandhas, when they form different combinations, so it's all together it will be infinite possible.
Okay, but if no, okay, so Kal has one Pradesh. Therefore, okay, so there, okay,
No, talking about Astika.
the Vyavhar Kal has, see, Kal is basically transition.
No, Kaya,
right?
Kaya. They're talking about
How do
Astika.
you describe? No, we're talking about the difference because I said that you somewhere you said there's a discrepancy, right? If the Akash is infinite space points, then on each space point there is a Kalanu, they call it. So then Kalanu should also be infinite. But I thought you said
No,
you
but
guys read in the
this one
previous
is not talking
that
about Lokakasha or
I hear
Alokakasha.
you, but I think Arunji's question was that it's saying that space has infinite points, and
No,
you
I mean,
told me that Kalanu is innumerable. Is that
no, yeah, that's correct. Like the Dharma Dravya, Adharma Dravya, Pradeshas are innumerable. Akasha is infinite. And the Pudgala is of three types, like innumerable, numerable,
so we're talking
innumerable,
about
and
Kal?
infinite.
Remember, I said Kalanu.
Kala has
Kalanu
one.
is on each space point.
Yeah.
It will also be infinite then, if
Yeah.
there is infinite space points.
No, I think all other five exist in only Lokakasha, correct? So Lokakasha is infinite or not
Right,
infinite?
right.
So here at the end of this one, it says, therefore,
Oh, I
Kala is
see.
not
When
called Kaya. Kaya
they're
is
talking about both Lokakasha. Okay, I see. They are not dividing right now. They're just saying in Akash there are infinite Pradeshas. Right?
yeah. And
All right.
Kala is
Okay,
only
let me
one
quickly
Pradesha, so
check.
it cannot be called as Kaya. Kaya means it's more than one Pradesha is called Kaya.
Right.
Okay. So we'll move to the next one or any question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
I'm totally confused. I'll have to read it out.
Yeah.
ये पदो सेवी अणुम नाना खंद.
Ma'am, just one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If there is still
Table,
confusion, we have time. We can go ahead and read the commentary of this. Should we?
this
Yeah, I'm also a little confused about that.
Yeah, so let's read the commentary on the time on this last one that we did.
Okay, I'll read it. Every kind of substance is made up of ultimate indivisible particles. The space occupied by one such particle is known as Pradesh. Now, the substance, Jeev, Dharm, and Adharm have innumerable Pradeshas. That is to say that Pradeshas of Jeev, Dharm, and Adharm are beyond calculation. Lokakash or the universe contains innumerable Pradesha, and as Jiva can fill up the whole of the universe by expansion,
That's the one I was saying.
Yes. Yeah.
it is said to
Okay.
contain
Is that clear
innumerable
now?
Pradeshas.
So Akash has Lokakash has inevitable.
So Lokakash has the Pudgal.
All five.
All Dravya
No,
exists in
Lokakash. On all five, everything is in Lokakash.
And what is in Alokakash?
But there was a confusion about the infinite and innumerable, which I'm clarifying that Akash has infinite space points, but Lokakash has innumerable only. It has fixed space points. So since Lokakash has
What is the difference
innumerable
between
space
infinite and
points, so does
innumerable?
Kal.
If innumerable cannot be counted, then it's same as infinity, right?
Okay, so
Asankyat.
infinite.
Asankyat.
No.
No,
Okay.
innumerable is asankyat. Innumerable is sankyat, countable.
No, the point is, what is the
Yeah.
difference between innumerable and infinite then, if you cannot count it?
It's
There are
like
differences.
1 lakh versus 10
and
lakh.
I'll tell you
Infinity,
the
yeah.
details.
Yeah, something like the hair on top of your head. It's innumerable, not infinite.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, I'll finish reading it, by the way. So Jiva can fill up the whole of the universe by expansion.
Okay.
It is said to contain innumerable pradeshas. Dharma and adharma also pervade all parts of the universe, as oil pervades the whole portion of a mustard seed. Hence, these two substances also have innumerable pradeshas. Akash is infinite, for it is not only pervades the universe, but it is even existent beyond it. Hence, its pradeshas are infinite. The distinction
Mhm.
between innumerable and infinite pradeshas consists in this, that while the former have a limit, though it is beyond the power of even an omniscient being to count them, the latter is without limits. There we go.
Okay, that's the clear
It
definition.
may be urged, so they explain it mathematically nicely.
Yeah.
It may be urged that without knowing
That's
the
why I wanted you guys to read this, because
it may be urged or argued, urged that without knowing the number of pradeshas belonging to Akash, how can one become omniscient? Akalanka Bhatta has replied to this that to be omniscient, it is sufficient to know that these are innumerable.
Mhm.
When we say that pradeshas of such and such a substance are innumerable, we mean that in reality these are incapable of being counted by anyone. We are not speaking this with the reference to the ordinary human beings who have limited powers of perception, but with the reference to all beings. Hence, it must be supposed that an omniscient being only knows that pradeshas or substances are innumerable. This is also the case when we speak of the infinite pradeshas. Pudgala has pradeshas which are numerable.
see, even G or Pudgal, there are infinite, but they're fixed count, which means Kevali knows, but it's beyond perception for us.
No, I think they say Pudgala has pradeshas which are numerable. They're not talking about the count of pradeshas. I mean, count of Pudgalas. How?
Mm.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. No. Pudgala has pradesh, which is so Pudgala has what the Parmanu is one Pudgala, correct? It is only one space point. But this sentence, I mean, we're just now.
So let's read that. Let him read.
Yeah,
No,
Pudgala has
Pudgal can
pradeshas.
have infinite, innumerable, all. So now it's going to explain how it is all three.
Yeah.
Let me read
Yeah,
all of
go
it
ahead,
because
continue
it talks
reading. Yeah.
about the skand concept also, which Bahubali was talking about. Pudgala has pradeshas which are numerable, innumerable,
Right.
and infinite. To be more explicit, Pudgal or matter consists of ultimate indivisible particles which we might call atoms. Remembering, however, that these atoms are more fine than the atoms as understood in the modern science. Now, two or more atoms of the matter may combine and produce what is technically known as skanda. A skanda may contain 2, 4, 6, 100 or million or more atoms. The pradeshas or spaces obstructed by atoms in the state of skanda can therefore be counted, and hence we might say in this respect that matter, Pudgala, has numerable pradeshas. From another point of view, if we do away with the combinations which produce skandhas and suppose the atoms to exist separately, contemplating a division, Pudgala should be understood to have innumerable atoms. For Pudgala, as mentioned before, exists throughout the Pradeshas. Also, from another point of view, that is, the atoms of the matter in a subtle state may be, can we move it up? Can be considered to be infinite. If a doubt be started that how can infinite atom exist in finite lokakash, we reply that atoms in a subtle state, though infinite, can exist in one pradesh of Akash, though in the gross state this is not possible. Thus, the matter in subtle state may said to possess infinite pradeshas. It has already been mentioned in the commentary on verse 14 that Kal only has one pradesh, and this is the reason why we do not call it Kaya, for Kaya is that which has more than one pradesh. All right.
Very well explained.
ये पदेसोऽपि अणुनाणा खंद पदेशो होदी बहुदेशो उबराय तेन यकायो.
So think about it. So the physicists and chemist people, they could use this knowledge and then try to prove it's like these are the axioms or theorems that this is the reality, and now you go and do experimentation and prove these points.
Totally agree.
And that's why we see these things in chemistry also. Yeah.
Yeah, I might call my particle physicist friend.
But actually, there are so many. I found so many scientists who are Jains who worked on it. That there are so many PDFs. I mean, if anybody wants, I can send.
Sure, send it.
Yeah, please share. Yeah, please share.
It's a very interesting topic. Ye padasovi, though of, is it thought of one or though of one? Pradesha, Anu.
Where are you reading now?
This is
Padasovi anu
Ye padasovi. It says though of one or
e
thought.
padesovi anu
Though, no,
Thought,
even though it is one
thought of
Pradeshi,
one
that is
though
right.
of,
Maybe
desadoho.
I don't know.
even though it is one Pradesh, maybe that's what they mean. Even
Though
though
of
it is
one. I see.
Anu, atom.
No. It's saying e padesovi, even though it is of one Pradesh, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is not using the word even, but they are trying to say even though of one Pradesh, atom
Yeah.
on
That's
account
another word.
of being
Next word
Pradesh
there.
of many skanda.
On
That's
account of,
yeah.
yeah. Nana
Mhm.
Khand Pradesh, so of on account of being Pradesha of many Skanda hoga. I think this must be Skanda.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Bahudeso of
Yeah,
many
it's
Pradeshas.
skandas.
Bodhi becomes then, therefore, yeah, and Sabdahu, the omniscient,
Savanahu.
Savanahu, the omniscient, Ubiara, all
Payasa.
Kaya, Bhadanti, say. An atom of Pudgal, though having one Pradesh,
Lot of
becomes
mistake.
many Pradeshas through being Pradesha in many Skandas. For this reason, from the ordinary point of view, omniscient ones call it to be Kaya. Okay. All right, somebody else wants to take over? Nidhi?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm making you read this gathas primarily because what happens is the more you read, slowly you start understanding the meanings of these words. Like, now when I read Sanskrit or Prakrit, well, part of it is because I've also had Sanskrit in my school time, but still, kind of they sit with you. So half of it you can understand by yourself without even
This
reading
language is
the meaning.
Prakrit
So you kind
or
of get used to the same words
Yeah.
over
this
and over
Prakrit
again.
Bhasha? Right?
Prakrit. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Prakrit.
In fact, I am
Yeah.
learning Prakrit in the sense there is
So some
Swarup.
words you will start remembering.
So most of the Shwetambar pujas are written in Prakrit, I think.
And same with Digambara. So
So are Digambar. The lot of them are rewritten in English.
The Digambar pujas, what I've seen, they are
It's just
written
that
in
once they're
old
rewritten in
Hindi,
Hindi, then people
translated,
start.
whatever. This is probably the purest
Yeah,
original.
they're so that is the purest original. But Prakrit is a very difficult language. I tried to take a course in it. I think I did for a year, I
You read
think.
it once or
So what
twice.
happens in Prakrit is same word can have like 8 to 10 meanings. So you really have to understand which meaning fits where. So what happened is over time, pujas started getting made in different Hindi, old Hindi, then new Hindi. So then people started reading the Hindi pujas more in the Digambar Parampara.
I guess the meaning probably depends on the context also, probably.
So the 4 weeks back, I shared a
Yes,
link on the
yes.
group about Prakrit learning. So somebody called Saurabh, he's teaching. I've been attending. I'm doing homework. So I can really make some of the like
Okay.
pronouns and then suffixes and like Honti is like become like Santi is become like stay, exist.
Yeah, I learned
Yeah,
one year, but my course had so much writing that it got difficult.
yeah, yeah.
So this
Yeah.
Saurabh guy must be teaching in a different way.
So he's
Okay,
teaching
good,
what is
good.
needed to read the
Well,
scripture
you can
and
share.
understand. Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
We
Yeah, I was
done
taking
like now
the course
28
completely like
chapters.
a
It's
proper
yeah.
grammar. Oh yeah, that's fast paced then. That's
Yeah.
good.
Abulaji is a very serious student.
No, no, like
Okay.
I found that is the easiest language one can
Yeah,
learn.
yeah.
I find it because there is the grammar is very simple.
Yeah,
There is not like
that's good.
Sanskrit or anything. It's very layman language that time, correct? Folk language.
So Prakrit actually might mean natural language.
Yes, yeah, Prakrit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Prakriti language, yeah. Well, great, Bahubali I'll share my what do you call? I have a lot of
Yeah, please share.
spreadsheets
Yeah,
made out for my notes. I'll
yeah,
share
yeah,
those
please.
with you. Maybe they will come in handy for you.
Yeah, no, it will definitely help. Actually, there is one person like,
Okay. So,
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Mhm.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, please.
So that was which one? There must be a summary, right? Was that the last one, the
Now
27th?
we have to start the 27.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there will be summary of the first chapter. Okay. Who was
Javdiyam.
reading? Nidhi?
I'm going to read. Javdiyam ayasam abhibhagi puggalnanu uttadam tamkhu padesam jane sabbanu thana dan riham. Javdiyam, which portion? Ayasam, Akash, Avibhagi Puggalanu Katutha is obstructed by one indivisible atom of Pudgal, that surely Savanu Dana Riham, capable of giving space to particles of all, Padesam, Pradesh, Jane, no. Know that to be surely Pradesh which is obstructed by one indivisible atom of Pudgal and which can give space to all particles. Asa.
Okay. Okay, so we will. What are you reading now?
28.
So this commentary should be short and oh no, there's no summary given in here.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, then let me read the summary in Hindi. I think it's a good idea to do that way. At least we get it.
Oh,
Okay.
this is
So I'll just
in
read
Hindi is
quickly
the 27th
commentary
is the
also of
last
the
one.
Akash. Right. In English is the 28th the last one, or that's the next chapter? Maybe they don't have it divided into chapters, I wonder. Yeah, I don't know why they did it like that. Yeah, looks like they
Oh,
have
it's
not even
keep on
divided
going
it
on.
into
Yeah.
chapters. Okay,
Yeah, they have
never
not
mind.
divided. But at the top
It just keeps on going. That's right.
there is a chapter, right? Subject and verses, where it says characteristic of Jeev is 2nd to 14th verse.
Yeah, in the beginning it did
In the
say that's
beginning, it
true.
is there. Then a Jeev is 15 to 22, and 6 substance is till 27. So maybe that's the reason, Prabhaji, you have something in the.
Right, Yeah,
Here it is. Yeah, we like 6:20. We read till 27. So it shows that yeah. So 7
right.
elements start from 28th. Yeah.
So, yeah, so basically, Dravya is finished. So in Hindi book, they've called it chapter 1. And then chapter 2 is going to talk about the no padarth. So, okay, never mind. I don't know why they did not translate the summary, but that's okay. So I'll quickly do the last one, the 27th. आकाश के जितने क्षेत्र में पुद्गल का सबसे छोटा टुकड़ा आ जाए, उतने क्षेत्र को प्रदेश कहते हैं. Just like for Pudgal, the smallest particle is atom. Same way for space points, the smallest little space point is called Pradesh. उस प्रदेश में धर्म और अधर्म द्रव्य के प्रदेश कालाणु और पुद्गल के अनेक अणु ऐसे समा जाते हैं जैसे लोहे के अंदर आग. इसलिए प्रदेश को समस्त द्रव्यों के अणुओं को स्थान देने योग्य कहा है. छोटे से छोटे अणु को जिसका दूसरा भाग नहीं हो सकता उसे परमाणु कहते हैं. Somewhere here they will also give on each Akash Pradesh there is multiple Pudgal Pradesh can be there. So let's quickly do this summary. जीव को मोह राग द्वेष पुण्य पाप के साथ एकत्व बुद्धि है. उसे छोड़कर अपनी आत्मा का अनुभव करना चाहिए. So basically, why are we learning? They're saying we are learning to experience our soul. मेरा आत्मस्वरूप सर्वतः निज स्वरूप चैतन्य के परिणमन से परिपूर्ण भाव वाला है. इसलिए ये मोह मेरा कोई नहीं लगता, अर्थात इसके साथ मेरा कोई संबंध नहीं है. मैं तो शुद्ध चैतन्य समूह रूप तेज पुंज का निधान हूं. ऐसा निश्चय करके स्वतः अपने एक आत्मस्वरूप का अनुभव करना चाहिए. This did not look like summary of what we read, but never mind. Even though they titled it summary of chapter 1. मेरी प्रचेत के कारण मानो अत्यंत अंतर्मग्न हो रहे हो. My God, it's very high Hindi, so good thing you're reading in English. ज्ञान में तदाकार निमग्न हो रहे हो, इस प्रकार आत्मा में प्रकाशमान है. ऐसे, so now, so this in this summary they started with soul and what you should be doing, and now they're saying that in that pure soul what all will be experienced or visible. ऐसे ये धर्म अधर्म आकाश काल पुद्गल तथा अन्य जीव ये समस्त परद्रव्य मेरे संबंधी नहीं है, क्योंकि टनकोत्कीर्ण एक ज्ञायक स्वभाव बने के कारण परमार्थतः अंतरंग तत्व तो मैं हूं और वे परद्रव्य मेरे स्वभाव से भिन्न स्वभावी होने के कारण परमार्थतः बाह्य तत्वपने को छोड़ने में असमर्थ हैं. और फिर यहाँ स्वयमेव नित्य उपयुक्त तथा परमार्थतः एक अनाकुल आत्मा का अनुभव करता हुआ ऐसा भगवान आत्मा ही जानता है कि मैं प्रकट निश्चय से एक ही हूँ. इसलिए ज्ञेय ज्ञायक स्वभाव मात्र से उत्पन्न परद्रव्यों के साथ परस्पर मिलन होने पर भी प्रकट स्वभाव स्वाद में आने वाले स्वभाव के भेद के कारण धर्म अधर्म आकाश काल पुद्गल और अन्य जीवों के प्रति मैं निर्मम हूँ, क्योंकि सदा अपने में एकत्व को प्राप्त होने के कारण आत्म पदार्थ अथवा प्रत्येक पदार्थ ज्यों का त्यों स्थित रहता है. इस प्रकार भावक भाव से तथा ज्ञेय भावों से जीव को भेद विज्ञान करना चाहिए. ये अधिकार का सार है. Well, it didn't seem like it is explaining any of what we read, but they are all they're trying to say is that focus on the soul, even though the soul, omniscient soul, can see all these six Dravya, but it has no relationship to any of those. It can only know those. So
So,
that's
Prabhaji, with that, we can talk about Anyatva Bhav. My side.
yes. You're going to do Anyata Bhavana today. Wonderful.
I
That's
had two, I have prepared one, so at least I can talk about that.
very nice. Okay,
Okay.
let's do that.
All right, how to experience soul. So this whole concept of Anyatva Bhav is centered around that body and soul are different. And in the text, this has been presented in variety of ways, like what the different experts have talked about it and some of those things. Let me just bring up my text also here. Where is it? Okay. So one of the things it says that even when you are in what page परिलक्ष्य भाव में हो जिसमें शुभ और अशुभ भाव होते हैं या स्वलक्षी हो उसमें शुद्ध भाव होते हैं उनसे भी आत्मा भिन्न है सो आज चैतन्य ध्रुव आत्मा गुण भेद आदि से अलग है एक परम पदार्थ है दैट इज द थियरी विच इज बीइंग पुट फॉरवर्ड एंड द की पॉइंट इज दिस परम पदार्थ साध्य भी है आराध्य भी है आराधना का सार भी है एंड दिस परम पदार्थ आत्मा ध्रुव धाम निज भगवान आत्मा की आराधना का एकमात्र आधार है सो दैट इज अनदर की पॉइंट which is there in the text. सो अन्यत्व भाव जो हुआ वो हुआ बेसिकली आत्मा का पर से भिन्नत्व द डिफरेंस द भेद विज्ञान और की आत्मा अलग है पर अलग है वो अन्यत्व भाव है. There is a bit of a text which I'll read from the book itself. It says, talks about मैं कौन हूँ, right? Then the question becomes, who am I, right? यदि एक बार यह प्रश्न हृदय की गहराई से उठे और उसके समाधान की सच्ची जिज्ञासा जगे तो इसका उत्तर मिलना दुर्लभ नहीं. पर यह मैं पर की खोज में स्वयं को भूल रहा हूं, कैसी विचित्र बात है कि खोजने वाला खोजने वाले को ही भूल रहा है. सारा जगत पर की संभाल में इतना व्यस्त नजर आता है कि मैं कौन हूं यह सोचने समझने की उसे फुर्सत नहीं है. मैं शरीर मन वाणी और मोह राग द्वेष यहाँ तक कि क्षण स्थायी परलक्षी बुद्धि से भिन्न एक त्रैकालिक शुद्ध अनादि अनंत चैतन्य ज्ञान आनंद स्वभावी ध्रुव तत्व हूँ जिसे आत्मा कहते हैं. So there's a lot of words around it, so I thought I'll just read it out verbatim. इसमें आचार्य कुंदकुंदाचार्य ने भी बोला है कि आत्मा ज्ञान दर्शन रूप है. शरीर आदि सभी बाह्य पदार्थ इससे भिन्न और यही चिंतन अन्यत की भावना है. दिस इज अनदर वे आचार्य कुंदकुंदाचार्य हैज एक्सप्लेन्ड इट. आचार्य पूज्यपाद ने भी शरीर और आत्मा का जो डिफरेंस है शरीर को बताया है और नंबर ऑफ एट्रीब्यूट्स. शरीर इज इंद्रिय, आत्मा इज अतीन्द्रिय. शरीर इज अज्ञ, atma is gyata. Now some of these words Prabhaji I'll admit I don't understand fully because it's Shuddh Hindi mein hai. So maybe we can talk about it or you can explain.
Yeah, just tell me the words you don't and I'll right now quickly say. Okay.
So शरीर अनित्य है, आत्मा नित्य है. शरीर आदि अंत है और आत्मा अनाद्य अनंत है. So this is I've noted this but I didn't fully understand the meaning of those two
Okay,
words.
so read again.
शरीर is आदि अंत.
Okay.
और
So
आत्मा is
so
अनाद्य
Adi
अनंत.
means it has a beginning and
end.
it has an end, right? So sharir means what? As soon as we are born, we get a sharir. So this human form of yours has a beginning, which was your date of birth, and the end will be your date of death.
Yes. Whereas Atma is
Whereas
Anant.
Atma doesn't have any beginning or end. It always
Timeless.
was, it
Timeless.
always existed, timeless, yes.
So then there are a number of experts which are cited and a number of them use this analogy of Sharir Atma जैसे दूध और पानी है. तो वो कहते हैं कि वो ऐसा लगता हुआ है कि मिले हुए हैं फिर भी अलग अलग है. फिर दूसरा उन्होंने एक पॉइंट ये भी रखा है कि व्यवहार में शरीर और जीव को एक बोला जाता है पर ऐसा नहीं है. और उसमें ये बताया गया कि समय सार की 27वीं गाथा में भी व्यवहार नय के हिसाब से उसको एक माना गया है, पर निश्चय नय के हिसाब से आत्मा और शरीर को दोनों को भिन्न माना गया है। सो जीव और शरीर एक नहीं है, ये मिलावट है। जैसे दूध में पानी की मिलावट है, उस तरह ये मिलावट है। और आगे और बोला गया है कि मिला देने पर भी हर एक वस्तु का अपना अपना स्वरूप स्वतंत्र रूप से बना रहता है, और इसी सत्य को अनित्य भावना कहते हैं। सो देयर नंबर ऑफ इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ लुकिंग एट अनित्य भावना। इसमें there is a part of the text I want to read. I'll open it here. Page 80. I like this paragraph, so I'm going to read it from the book itself. It's on page 80. विभिन्न संयोगों के मेले में खोए निज शुद्ध आत्मा तत्व को खोजना, पहचानना, पाना और उसे सबसे भिन्न निराला जानना, सदा ही उसका ही सदा चिंतन करना, उसकी ही भावना भाना, उसी का ध्यान करना, उसी में जमना रमना, उसी में लीन हो जाना, विलीन हो जाना, उसी में संपूर्णतः समा जाना ही अन्यत्व भावना के चिंतन का मूल प्रयोजन है। क्योंकि इस भवसागर से पार होने का संसार रूपण संसार दुखों से छूटने का एकमात्र यही उपाय है, इसलिए समस्त शास्त्रों में जो कहा गया उसका सार यही है। आई थॉट दैट वाज इंटरेस्टिंग एंड यूजफुल। उसमें पंडित बनारसी दास जी का भी इसमें जिक्र है। उन्होंने भी बोला है कि आत्मा अलग है, किन किन चीजों से अलग है। एंड हियर आल्सो अगेन प्रभा जी, देयर आर सम वर्ड्स व्हिच आई डोंट फुली अंडरस्टैंड, बट दे सॉर्ट ऑफ सेल्फ एविडेंट जस्ट बाय द वे दे रीड। आत्मा औदारिक स्थूल शरीरों से अलग है, तेजस कामाण सूक्ष्म शरीर से अलग है, भाव कर्मों, नौ कर्मों, द्रव्य कर्म, भाव कर्म सभी से अलग है, और रागातिक भावों से अलग है।
तो औदारिक शरीर मतलब जो कर्मों के उदय से जो शरीर मिला है, उसको
Okay.
औदारिक अभी हमारे पास है।
Just make a note for myself.
और
तो
नो
उसमें क्या है
कर्म हम जानते हैं, नो कर्म क्या होता है, कौन बताएगा मुझे? हम कई बार क्लास में इसकी बात कर चुके हैं।
Physical
Body,
form.
देह।
Circumstances,
Yeah.
right? No कर्म is our circumstances.
तो उनका कहना है कि इस वेद विज्ञान को यूज करके इन्हीं वेद विज्ञान संबंधी विकल्पों से अलग ज्ञान आनंद स्वभावी त्रिकाली ध्रुव निज परमात्म तत्व को पहचानना ही आवश्यक है। तो
So
अगर
see, इसलिए आपको बाकी सारी चीजें, वैसे तो भाई आप बता दो हमको कि मैं तो आत्मा हूं, डन, बट व्हाई नॉट? आपको पता कैसे चलेगा कि मैं क्या नहीं हूं? नहीं तो यू विल हैव रॉन्ग एसोसिएशन ऑफ योरसेल्फ।
that's why those interpretations and explanations exist.
Right, exactly.
Another thing which I found on page 82, which I made a note of, is it says अनित्य भाव चिंतन की चरम परिणति क्या है? What is ultimate objective? इससे भिन्न निज चेतन भगवान का जानना, मानना तथा अनुभव करना ही आत्मानुभूति, आत्म साधना एवं आत्माराधना है। क्योंकि हम आत्मा पर को अपना मानकर ही मानती है, इसलिए 4 गति और 84 लाख योनियों में भ्रमण कर रही है। फिर एंड में जो कंक्लूडिंग सेंटेंस जो है, हर वस्तु की स्वतंत्रता का अविराम चिंतन मनन करें, यह निरंतर चलने वाली चिंतन प्रक्रिया ही अन्यत्व भावना है। कि हर वस्तु का एक स्वतंत्र एग्जिस्टेंस है और वो एक दूसरे से अलग है, यही अन्यत्व भावना का कोर कॉन्सेप्ट है।
Actually, even when they were doing in Hindi the summaries, I was told that Anyatva Bhavna has a lot of details towards the end of it, which almost feels like the gist of all of these bhavnas. So, you know, so basically, I am different. Everything else is not me. Realizing that I am anya from anything else that exists in this universe. So, It's
The difference between ekatva and anyatva is like ekatva says, I am all the soul, I'm everything soul. Anyatva is I'm not all. I'm not I'm not body at all. I am
right. So ekatva means apnapan.
yeah,
Right? Right now, where are we having our ekatva?
with the body and
Body.
Body, kids, everything. Right? That is all me, mine, like that. So ekatva bhavna says only have your association with you, the real you. Right? Now anyatva says then other than you, nothing else is you or yours.
I think they feed into each other because
yeah,
Anitya will tell you what needs to
yeah.
be the focus of Ekatva, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Both mean same thing, but
It
the
means the
approach
same.
is like approach, yeah, negating and then collecting is
And this is why I find that Jain scriptures are very, very intelligent, actually.
So actually, there's lot of law type of language in Jain scriptures. There's lot of physics, there's lot of chemistry, or vice versa. Physics, chemistry are derived from these gathas, and so is law. They're very, what do you call, they go so many different ways to prove it to you.
And I
Aneka.
think, जैसे बाहुबली जी ने बोला, I think the very good way of describing something is what it is and what it is not, right?
It
From
is,
both.
yeah. If you notice all the contracts, the way they are made, if it's as simple as lease of a rent lease, right? Though why are there so many paragraphs? Because they write everything that is included. Well, once you told me what is included, obviously everything else is not included, right? It's trivial, but they still specify what is not included.
Exactly. That's a very good point. I mean, वही ना जैसे हमने अभी उसमें भी पढ़ा था विद आत्मा के भाव और आत्मा के विभाव दोनों पढ़े.
Exactly, right, right. So it's very what do you call, law kind of a language, legal language too. So
I feel Jainism is a religion of smarts.
it is, it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if you don't have it, you develop the smarts.
Yeah, exactly. So it triggers, it actually picks your brain. That's how you become smart also. I mean, become more like you'll become more dare, I would say. I
Exactly.
mean, not
Because
necessarily, we
it's got
always afraid of so many things. This one takes out the fear.
complete knowledge. I mean, it's very easy. So if you're sitting in front of somebody who is trying to tell you something, now you know enough that you can prove it to them. See, when you don't know, then you're like, okay, maybe they're right, or how can I negate, even if you know that they're not right? So now you have all the yuktis and proofs how these things make sense. So even in as part of your syllabus in the 10th semester, you will have it's something called Pariksha Mukh. So that is called Shastra of Nyaya, of law. Okay. There are Vyakran Shastra in Jainism, which is grammar Shastra. So how to understand each word, how to so there is special Vyakran. And I mean, now, unfortunately, with all this developments in language, I mean, I don't know, at the time, at least when I was a student of Hindi, we studied, all these things that you have this chanda and gatha, what are the differences between them, and there are rules for each of them. So these previous authors, for example, Bharilji wrote so many books. Not only he wrote, but keeping in mind all those rules. So for example, he's translated Samasar Pravachan, all those things in Hindi, but with keeping in mind all those rules, and which is very smart. And those are not easy. I mean, I remember when we were studying Hindi, we were taught, what rules Chand has to have, how many words, how they have to end. So there's a lot of I'm sure English grammar or literature or whoever study that in detail, maybe there are some stuff like that there too. But definitely, Sanskrit, Prakrit, Hindi, they all have those. And now, uh, kind of, it's funny. I also write poetry sometimes, but when I go to these poetry clubs, I don't think they keep all those things in mind anymore. Those rules of how they have to end at the beginning and all that.
I think more than rules, expression is more important, right? Can you express yourself? Right.
Right. Well, I mean,
But
when things were written with those rules, they still were
I
expressive,
think earlier the idea was that you should be able to sing it because that's the way to memorize it. Or
right? That is another reason. Yes,
so
that's true.
for to be able to sing it, those rules were important because then your
I'm
language
sure
will.
today also uh, people do want to sing it in order to memorize it. It's not easy to memorize prose. So,
There was not so much of written text. Written text was rare, and the
right.
idea was to
But,
the way to communicate or propagate the knowledge was verbal tradition.
and unfortunately, the times now have changed where why will you memorize anything? Because you can see, search Google.
And there is too much of it, too much of written. So now you have to.
It's funny, whenever my kids, when they were little, right, there was still homework was given handwritten, right? Handwriting, they had to write essays, and every time I would tell my son, your handwriting is not good, back in the days, I remember my dad's time, having a very beautiful, very legible, clear handwriting was a good characteristics that you are a very good student, or um, and it was a big deal. You were made to write and write so till your handwriting got nice. Then my son says, well, I won't have to write. I can just type my assignments and that's it. Nowadays, nobody needs to have a good handwriting. Not only uh, good handwriting, I just realized, remember, I was telling you guys that somebody had done in my Hindi batch. Uh, what was that topic? He did a good job. So I was going to share with you guys. So he shared picture of his handwritten notes, which especially like on the phone, if you take and you try to read, it was not easy. So I put it through Chat GPT that okay, take this handwritten and type it for me, and it can do it. So it was quite interesting. I haven't done it all, so once I do it, I'll share it with you guys. So yeah, so I mean, times are changing. Things that were so important in the past are not as important anymore. So same thing, slowly, memorizing is not anymore as important as it used to be. But I think it still has its own kind of value. And I'll tell you what the value of memorizing is. Well, memorizing is like, see, when you जिसको बोलते हैं आत्मसात कर लो, मतलब you make it your own. So any principle or gatha or anything, when you make it your own, it basically sits in your memory too. And the reason it is important, let's say in your old age, you get ill, or I mean, I've seen people, they cannot hear. Eyesight has a problem. Sometimes they cannot read, and hearing is not as good. Then what are you going to do? You cannot listen to YouTube lectures, you cannot read books. So, what is going to be helpful?
memorize. Yeah.
Memorization, yes. So, definitely, uh, and repetition obviously definitely helps in memorizing. So, whatever specific principles in general, even if you stick with one principle and know it properly and understand it, even that is good enough to get Samyak Darshan. But whatever sits with you, try to contemplate on it so it gets in your memory. So if you ever have a situation where you don't have a book or you don't have internet or whatever, there's something you can contemplate on and just have that something in your memory. It is kind of important. I mean, it's not as important as the old days, but still somewhat. At least keeping certain things in memory is important. Just like phone numbers, right? We don't need anymore. But if there are some days suddenly your phone is out of battery, now you're trying to call somebody and you don't have any phone number memorized. No problem. So, so I've had that happen. So I'm like, okay, at least I should have my husband or a couple of people's phone numbers memorized. So same way here, you should have, certain things memorized that you can, maybe simple things like bara bhavna. Maybe you can at least have the names memorized. And, once you say the name, I'm sure some of the details will come to your mind. Or there are stories for each of the bhavnas, which you can memorize. Because when you memorize the story, then you can understand the Vishayavastu, what it was all about. So, okay, so very good. Finished the chapter 1. I think there's only technically 3 chapters from what I can tell. And since English doesn't have chapters, I'm trying to see how many there are. Only 100. If
Yeah,
that.
and the next one is tattvas. I think tattvas we already covered a lot, right, across.
A lot of it is repetition, and that's why I'm kind of trying to see, like, if we had the time, I would rather read the details because there are some good details in this Dravya Sangraha.
Mhm.
But let's see how it goes. If not, next class, what I'll do is I have some things highlighted from the details. Maybe I'll just mention those to you guys.
Sure.
Okay. Chalo, very good. And by all means, I mean, if you read any of the details, if you're not sure what it is, read the commentary, come back and ask questions if you have any.
Sure.
सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप सहजानंदी शुद्ध स्वरूपी अविनाशी हूँ आत्म स्वरूप निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है वंदना शत बार है जय जिनेन्द्र everybody.
Hey, Jai Janan.
So
Jai
who
Jai.
left? We said some people are going to either do it again or